Right now, Dane County health officials say they're noticing an uptick in overdose hospitalizations from the weekend. The first alert of its kind from a new tracking system. Also, Aaron Rodgers is here to stay. What he's saying about a previous report about his new deal as the Packers look to get back to the Super Bowl. And Governor Evers is urging Congress to suspend the federal gas tax as prices continue to rise. News 3 Now at 6 starts right now. A good evening and thanks for having us in. Over the weekend, health officials in Dane County say they've noticed an uptick in drug overdoses needing medical attention. They issued an alert this morning, the first in what's a new system for them launched last fall. Naomi Coles explains. Naomi?
I also talked to police a short time ago and who helped zero in on what may be causing this uptick. They said they're seeing more overdoses right now from people taking substances they believe are prescription drugs. But what we aren't talking about here is, for example, hundreds of overdoses over a lengthy time frame or a big change in trends. Starting from an average baseline of fewer than 4 a day that need medical attention, the alert system has tracked up to 10 overdose hospitalizations a day in the past week.
We know that we have a large number of individuals who use drugs, and getting them information that you may need to be more careful. Use fentanyl test strips. Make sure you have Narcan with you.
Replacing an older system that issued similar alerts, but health officials say wasn't as accurate, this one uses data from hospitals, ambulances, and other points across the county. The purpose is to warn drug users early that there may be bad drugs in circulation, like those laced in fentanyl or even tranquilizers.
During the time of COVID, issues related to substance use and mental health have definitely gotten much worse. 2020 was the highest that we have seen when it comes to overdoses and fatal overdoses. So for us, again, this is an area of great concern.
We checked in with the UW emergency room, where Dr. Colin Michaels says it's not yet noticeable at an individual hospital level yet, but notes that overall, spikes do often start with a supply change.
A lot of times it's related to fentanyl or other, very strong opioids kind of being introduced to the existing local drug supply, or just a change in that supply.
And it's Narcan that remains the best shot at a reversal.
And so that's really our first line treatment.
Public Health is encouraging any drug user to get on their alert list, whether through text or email, to know right away if there's a change in the community. Because ultimately, you can get treatment for addiction only if you're still alive.
Thank you, Naomi. Now let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. How's it going out there, Gary?
Pretty, it's cold out here. Thanks to the snow on the ground, it'll stay cold for much of the upcoming week. Here's the live view from the Platteville Quimby Radio Skycam. The sun is just dipped below the horizon, but this time next week, it'll be above the horizon because we'll be on daylight saving time. As we look at Doppler track, there's a narrow little band of some flurries moving through northwestern Wisconsin and southeastern Minnesota. This is actually the first of 2 cold fronts that'll drop across the area tonight. Last night, thanks to the fresh snow cover and the clear skies, we dropped to 11 in Madison, but it was as cold as 1 below 0 down in the Wisconsin River Valley and Lone Rock, and only 3 degrees in Boscoville. Most areas were in the lower to middle teens. High temperatures today made it into the mid to upper 30s. Janesville, 39, one of the higher readings around. But to the north and west, where there's not much snow on the ground up toward La Crosse, that's where temperatures were in the 40s. And right now, temperatures are still warmer out toward the north and west. Most of southern Wisconsin seeing temperatures right around freezing. By tomorrow morning, will be in the mid-20s, again with a slight chance for a flurry overnight. Tomorrow should be a little colder. After a 36 high today, we'll drop back to 32 for tomorrow. And then we'll see a chance for some snow on Thursday. I'll tell you who can expect it in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Gary. After weeks of speculation and a lot of rumors on where Aaron Rodgers might play next, well, we finally have the answer. And it's good news for Packers fans. We don't have any confetti, but we do have sports director Zach Hanley. So, Zach, what do we know right now?
Well, the next best thing, right? The Rodgers watch is finally over. Number 12 will be back with the Packs this upcoming season. And the early reports were he broke the Packers' bank account in the process, the 4-year, $200 million deal. Well, that isn't true according to Aaron Rodgers, who tweeted this out. Yes, I will be playing with the Packers next year. However, reports about me signing a contract are inaccurate, as are the supposed terms of the contract I signed. I am very excited to be back. So Rodgers is back, and we don't know what it means for Green Bay's salary cap just yet, but we do know who he'll be throwing to. The Packers placed the $21.1 million franchise tag on Davante Adams just before the deadline. Brady?
Thank you, Zach. Governor Evers is asking Congress to suspend the federal gas tax as prices at the pump continue to rise. The governor, along with the governors of Michigan, Colorado, New Mexico, and Pennsylvania, wrote a letter urging Congress to halt the tax, which is 18.4 cents per gallon until 2023. In the letter, they called on congressional leaders to pass the Gas Prices Relief Act, legislation they say would slow down rising gas prices while allowing the federal government to invest in infrastructure. According to AAA, the average gas price in Wisconsin as of today is $3.94. A bill that would pay for a new youth prison in Milwaukee County is heading to Governor Evers' desk. The legislation would authorize the state to borrow $42 million to build the new prison. No specific location for the construction has been given yet. 4 years ago, the legislature voted to close the Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake juvenile prisons that share a campus in Irma. But lawmakers never came through with the money for the replacement facility. Governor Evers has called the legislation a step in the right direction. Wisconsin State Treasurer Sarah Godlewski and State Superintendent Jill Underly are announcing a record-breaking $40.6 million distribution from the Common School Fund to public school libraries. Money distributed from the Common School Fund is the sole source of funding for more than 90% of public school libraries across the state.
As far as we know, our schools are often struggling with funding, and this is key to keeping property taxes low, because what funds our schools, part of it is property taxes, and so helping to make sure that we continue to do this moving forward.
The Common School Fund was created in 1848, when Wisconsin was founded. Senators Ron Johnson and Ted Cruz met with the leaders of the People's Convoy in Washington, D.C. today. The lawmakers heard from truck drivers, organizers, and participants about their trek from California. The meetings did not result in immediate action and did not provide a clear path forward, but organizers called it a victory. During the meeting, Senators Cruz and Johnson encouraged organizers to keep on trucking.
The misinformation has been spread by the COVID cartel. They are the ones that have censored the truth. They'll continue to censor the truth, and that is why I'm so appreciative of the People's Convoy. They're trying to let the American people understand what has happened to them.
As the meeting was taking place, a convoy of trucks, SUVs, and cars was making another loop around the nation's capital. The group has insisted its members continue until vaccine mandates for healthcare workers, federal employees, and military personnel are eliminated. State Assembly Speaker Robin Vos is signing a new contract with former state Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman, extending his review of the 2020 election through the end of April. The original contract was for $676,000 in taxpayer money to pay for the investigation into the Wisconsin 2020 election. Gableman's investigation has faced bipartisan criticism and calls for it to be shut down. Margaret Farrow, the first woman to hold the position of Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin and a longtime lawmaker who served in both houses of the state's legislature, has died. Born and raised in Kenosha, Farrow was elected to the Wisconsin Assembly in 1986. She was selected to the state Senate in 1989, where she served for a decade. In 2001, Farrow was elected as the 42nd Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin, the first woman to hold the office, serving with then-Governor Scott McCallum. Margaret Farrow was 87 years old. The U.S. is now the first Western country to ban Russian energy imports in response to the invasion of Ukraine. The United Kingdom followed by announcing it will phase out use of Russian oil by the end of the year, though it's not yet known if other European nations will take a similar step. Europe relies on Russia for about 40% of its energy supply, compared to the U.S., which depends on the country for less than 10% of its oil imports. Today, President Biden called on Congress to approve his request for billions of dollars in humanitarian and military aid for Ukraine. The House is expected to take it up as part of a big government spending measure as soon as tomorrow. Meanwhile, Manitowoc's Ammo Inc. is donating 1 million rounds of ammo to the Ukrainian armed forces. Gunbroker.com, the largest online marketplace for ammunition, is owned by Ammo Inc., which produces high-performance ammunition and components. Well, since the announcement of the donation, there has been an overwhelming response from shareholders, customers, vendors, and partners.
The biggest thing that probably came out of this is we've got over 3,000 text messages and emails of people that want to support this and donate money. And we set up a place for them to do that. We've answered all of these emails now. It's care.org.
The CEO says the ammo is ready to cross the border, but he can't say where because of security. He's confident the company has followed all necessary procedures and is acting within United States regulations. Coming up, Children's Wisconsin opens a new walk-in clinic that they're calling the first of its kind in the state. Plus, a new study looks into possible links between concussions in children and their mental health. Stay tuned.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Since 1934, Steinhafels has been helping families create the homes of their dreams with the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses. Steinhafels always has the best brands at the guaranteed lowest prices. And during Steinhafels' Best Brands, Best Prices sale, you'll take 35% off the largest selection of in-stock name brand furniture and mattresses. We have something for every style and every budget. It's the Best Brands, Best Prices sale at Steinhafels. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
To stay out in front, you have to rise above the competition at every turn and earn the right to be known as a champion.
Jack, how's the car?
Hy-Vee gets what it takes to be the best. When it comes to fresh, sustainable seafood, they're first rate. Because they know fresh seafood.
And here's a simple takeaway. If you think you can find any better, then you don't know Hy-Vee and you don't know Jack.
Welcome back. According to a new study, concussions may lead to a higher risk of kids developing mental health problems. The study examined records over a 10-year period between 2010 and 2020 of kids between the ages of 5 and 18 who had a concussion or orthopedic injury. None had a mental health diagnosis before being hurt. Researchers found that concussed youth had a 40% increased risk of developing a mental health issue compared with children the same age and sex with an orthopedic injury. Kelly McNally, co-director of the Complex Concussion Clinic at Nationwide Children's Hospital, says parents should be aware.
We don't want parents to be afraid for their children to play sports, but it does provide information to parents to help empower them to help get the right help for their children if they are seeing mental health symptoms after something like a concussion.
She also says it's important to seek care early if there are any concerns about mental health problems. Issues can be treated more easily and quicker if it's detected earlier. Children's Wisconsin is announcing the official opening of the Craig Yabuki Mental Health Walk-In Clinic in Milwaukee. The clinic is a first of its kind in the state, filling a critical gap in care for kids experiencing a mental health crisis. According to a news release, licensed therapists, social workers, and clinic assistants are available to see patients from 3 to 9:30 p.m. Along with a guardian, children and teens ages 5 to 18 are welcome to just walk in and receive access to care immediately, with no appointment or referral required. 4 Wisconsin siblings are now world record holders. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, the record they broke together, proving you're never too old to experience new things. Plus, we could be in for a calm stretch of weather for the rest of the week. Gary has your complete forecast when we come back.
This is the house that angels built. Attic Angels Senior Living Community is built on a foundation of authentic, local care, a framework for living well, windows to take in the beautiful future, and is crowned by the pride that one's home is one's castle. This is the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living, built with the help of angels.
He should have used his power to serve Wisconsin. Instead, Ron Johnson served himself. An investigation found that Ron Johnson pushed through a special tax loophole that benefited his own family's business. After the loophole became law, Ron Johnson cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since taking office. Look up the facts and tell Ron Johnson to stop passing tax laws that benefit himself.
Govan Cars is having a huge winter sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $15,995 or $249 per month. That's right, don't miss out on our winter sale with the best selection of SUVs, cars, or vans under $15,995 or $249 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol, Govan. Go to Govan Cars, east or west.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's spring jeans sale is going on now. We outfit the hardest working people in America with name brand jeans and work pants, all at great prices. Like men's hard working Rustler jeans, just $14.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. Save $5 on these men's Lee Core jeans, $26.99. And men's Wrangler 5-star jeans, only $21.99. Rewards members pay just $19.99.
The hardest working people in America find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Oh, baby, I have sinned. Baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
A Wisconsin woman, along with 3 of her other siblings, are celebrating after they set a Guinness World Record. Here's her story.
At 100 years old, Jerry Bulger has done it all.
I'm getting used to it. I just accept it. At first, I just couldn't believe it.
Being a Guinness World Record holder is certainly a new experience.
It's just unbelievable. You know, I had one aunt on my dad's side that went to 103.
Jerry and all 3 of her siblings have the highest combined age achieved by 4 living siblings in the world. Together, their ages add up to nearly 384 years.
Her sister is 97.
She's about 4 years.
Yeah.
Younger.
And her other brother is 95, and then Dick, the one who lives in Sheboygan, is 93.
Jerry currently lives at Clement Manor in Greenfield. The retirement community held a celebration for her on Monday. Her daughter Ginny says a family member nominated them to the Guinness World Record.
It's just remarkable, and that they're all in fairly good health for their ages. We're blessed. Yeah, and I'm afraid I'm going to live that long.
Even up until this day, at 100 years old, she is still thriving.
Theresa Gatto is the chief operating officer at Clement Manor.
We were just astounded that we had a world record inductee living here.
She says Jerry has become a celebrity in the community.
Everybody knows Jerry, and she is walking the halls and greeting people all the time. She attends many of the activities.
She also says she has a lot of passion for the Brewers.
She'll make sure that we know that the Brewers are playing on that day.
I'm a baseball fan.
As for the secret to living a long and happy life, Jerry has this advice.
Eat good vegetables and don't try to get too skinny.
I'd say that's good advice. Well, Jerry and her siblings will officially be printed in the Guinness World Records book in September. It certainly seems like a comfort food type of week for now, Gary.
I like that. Eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Enjoy yourself.
Well, 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Those vegetables better keep you warm because it's going to stay cold through Saturday. Temperatures will be only in the 20s and 30s, and we'll see some snow on Thursday, but the best chances now appear to be moving a little farther to the south, so mainly far southern Wisconsin, little, if any, in the way of accumulation, and then mild weather should return for next week. In fact, we're looking for above normal temperatures to kick in on Sunday and last pretty much through the entire week. On Doppler track, there's a narrow little band of some snow flurries moving through northwestern Wisconsin and southeastern Minnesota, and another one behind it. That's actually colder air that's heading in behind a cold front. Temperatures are chilly here. I mean, we should be around 40 degrees or a little bit above. We're only in the low 30s now, and then to the north and west, temperatures already in the teens across much of Montana and North Dakota. Compared to 24 hours ago, our temperatures are actually a couple degrees warmer just because we had the clouds and the snow yesterday, keeping temperatures down around in the freezing mark. But to the north and west, behind those cold fronts, those temperatures drop off again. The bulk of the really cold air will stay to our north and to our west. The jet stream kind of right over us, and that's the dividing line between warmer air to the south, where showers and thunderstorms, the potential for some severe weather and flooding moving through the southeastern part of the country. To the north and west, mainly precipitation in the form of some flurries, and here are the couple fronts I'm talking about. As they drop in, we'll see our wind shift around to the northwest. Temperatures won't drop off much tonight because of the cloud cover, so it won't be as cold as last night, but definitely behind that front, notice those temperatures dropping into the 20s, and that will bring in colder weather for tomorrow. So skies will turn partly cloudy tonight, slight chance for a flurry. Tomorrow, partly sunny, but notice the winds out of the northwest, keeping temperatures only in the lower 30s. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy skies, low temperatures in the teens. And then on Thursday, here comes that weather system, and now look where the snow is. Pretty much south of Madison, closer to the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. Each of the computer model runs that have been coming in push that snow farther and farther to the south. That moves out of here on Thursday night. Friday, there might be a flurry as a weak cold front moves on through. But as far as snow amounts, if there are accumulations, they'll more likely be in northern Illinois, 1 to 2 or maybe 3 inches. Probably little, if anything, north of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. And then the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook calling for above normal temperatures with near normal precipitation. 8 to 14 day temperature outlook also calling for above normal temperatures for much of the eastern 3/4 of the country. So that's a change from what we've seen in recent days, and precipitation expected to be near normal. So for tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies, but today's high was 36, tomorrow's high 32. So we drop back a few degrees, drop back even more on Thursday with a high of 25. There'll be a chance of snow well south of Madison. 30 on Friday, and then Saturday, we start out with a low of 6. Wind chills could be as cold as 15 below zero in the morning, high at 25. But look how the temperatures warm up next week. 40s and 50s, precipitation primarily in the form of rain and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms by Friday.
Thank you, Gary. Secretary of the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation is hearing from the Girl Scouts on how they adapted their cookie selling strategies during the pandemic. Girl Scout cookie season started last Saturday. During the meeting, the girls shared some of the creative ways they came up with to help sell their cookies. They included using signs with QR codes on them so people could just order them right there. Another way was setting up a cookie stand on a popular bike path. Zach, should we get some cookies?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pill after pill that just masks your ED. Fix it for good. We can make the difference. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Are your credit card payments $500 or $600 or more on top of your vehicle payments? Chapter 7 and 13 plans start at only $275 a month. Consolidate with Chapter 13 or eliminate your debt under Chapter 7 and get your payments under control. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. At Geraci Law, we consolidate or eliminate on your phone, from your home, or old school in person. Hit the debt-free button. Click or call now.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Now at Menard, save big money and get 11% off everything. Formula Shell Motor Oil provides value and performance in a trusted brand. A quart is $2.29 after 11% rebate. Attract a wide variety of birds to your feeder, including cardinals, robins, and sparrows with Enchanted Garden Wild Bird Seed. This mix contains a blend of seeds and corn. A 40-pound bag is $11.99 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Crispy fish with that spicy kick. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meat.
Time to grow your love for the great outdoors. We'll tell you about a new program on the UW campus teaching a variety of fun outdoor skills and activities.
And our quiet trend continues into Wednesday. We'll have the full forecast tomorrow from 4:30 to 7.
Devin Harris, Solando Tucker, Frank Kaminsky, and now Johnny Davis can add his name to the list of Badgers to be named the Big Ten's best. The Badgers sophomore was named the league's player of the year today, and it shouldn't come as much of a surprise. Davis is averaging 20 points and 8 rebounds and 2 assists per game this season. And against the top competition, he always showed up big for UW. Davis was also named first team All-Big Ten. But the honors didn't stop there for Wisconsin. For the second time in 3 years, Greg Gard is the Big Ten Coach of the Year. Gard led the Badgers to their second conference title in 3 years and did it with a group that was picked to finish 10th in the league. Brad Davison was named second team All-Big Ten, while Chucky Hepburn was named to the All-Freshman team. The two-time defending national champs flew out to Boston today to get ready for Thursday's regional semifinal against Clarkson. And normally Wisconsin isn't traveling during regionals, and they're usually one of the top seeds. This year it wasn't in the cards for the Badgers to host or get a first-round bye, but that doesn't mean they still can't make some noise in the tournament. This group is ready to prove the doubters wrong.
I think whether we have home ice or not, we're in this tournament and we're a great team, and we're going to put forth our best battle. We might just have a little bit more work ahead of us than we're used to in the past, and that's something we're up for.
Coming in where we are, it may seem like we're an underdog, and so, you know, people can think whatever they want about this team, but we know what we're capable of, and so we're ready to do it.
The other big news in the NFL, the Seahawks are trading Russell Wilson to the Broncos for 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, a 5th-round pick, Drew Lock, Noah Fant, and Shelby Harris. The former Badger has spent his entire NFL career with Seattle and actually beat Denver in the Super Bowl, and the two are scheduled to play each other next season. So that happened. Rodgers is coming back, Devontae Adams.
It's been a big day.
A little busy day in sports world.
What's going on in baseball?
You know the answer. You know the answer.
Well, you can only hope, right? I can hope for weather to be more baseball-like in the future,
nice.
But right now there's the live view from the Edgewater Skycam. It's clear and cold out there. A couple flurries out toward the La Crosse area. Temperatures right now right around freezing, give or take a degree or two. Look for a low tonight of about 24 with a slight chance for a flurry. High tomorrow 32. Colder for Thursday and Saturday, 30 for Friday, but look at those temperatures for next week. Maybe a little more baseball-like weather toward the end of the week.
You know, Zach said he went for a run outside today.
Yeah.
And you did okay.
I did. I survived. I'm here.
I've got the frostbite.
Thanks, everyone. See you back here at 10.